Good evening and thanks for joining us. Four-Wing Cold Lake had a special visit on Friday as Alberta Health Minister Fred Horne came up to the base to thank them for their help with a patient transfer back in January. And as Fraser Snowden reports, the minister also addressed some issues regarding health services in the Lakeland region.
Just watch your head as well.
It was earlier this year when the fighter base was contacted to transfer a patient in labor from Bonnyville to Edmonton on their Griffin rescue helicopter. A winter storm was brewing and ground transfer was impossible. Colonel Kenny says he's elated by the gratitude of the minister.
And to have the Alberta government come out and recognize service from a particular mission on the 15th of January, but also for him to have an opportunity to see the broader spectrum of what we do here at Four-Wing and at CFP Cold Lake is very much appreciated.
Fred Horne also spoke about issues on health services. One in particular, a shortage of ambulances when they are called out of town. Minister Horne says the Alberta government is doing all they can to ensure the region has EMS coverage in case of emergencies.
We continually adjust the service volumes or the equipment volumes as they're needed. So just because that ambulance doesn't park in off hours in the base in your community doesn't mean that the EMS resources aren't there and aren't available to you as quickly as possible.
With the high growth in the city and the high rent, Cold Lake has trouble bringing healthcare workers to the forefront. Horne says they're looking at initiatives to help bring more people and their families to the area.
We need to look at things that are maybe a little more tailored and more specialized, things that support housing, for example. And in the past, in other parts of Alberta, we actually have created partnerships that provide housing for families that come with a new health professional.
In Cold Lake, Fraser Snowden, Newcap News.
It's not officially summer yet, but it was time for the annual summer festival here in the city. Tents with local food, crafts, and various businesses were scattered throughout the downtown core. And as Annika Nave reports, live entertainment also took over the streets, and thousands of people headed to the heart of it all at the border markers.
I'm having a jillion times of fun.
The festival is nothing short of amazing for this little one, and her favorite part, the dance-off.
I like to see all the mascots.
What do we think so far, folks?
And after a heated competition, it was a battle between the cats. The tiger took the trophy in the end.
And though from the outside it may look very chaotic, there is method behind what's going on here today, and it's very focused on bringing out the culture in the city.
We specifically like it for our downtown because it helps people to realize that the downtown is a very vibrant place. Our businesses down here are usually mom and pop owned, and so they're just really involved in the community.
Because we're such a transient city, people moving in and out, we need a heart. We need to start establishing that, and it's nice when there's little things like that.
The new interactive element added to the Streetfest this year, laser tag.
I've never seen it in Lloydminster.
It is so awesome. We pulled in 15 mixture of semis and cars, and we have a bunch of laser tag guns, so the kids run throughout the course and they're having a blast.
The Streetfest wrapped up at 5 p.m., but live bands will be playing all night at the annual Summer Street Dance on 50th Ave.
Lloyd's home, so you kind of want to support it when it has an event like this. It's like, hey, we're a city, let's chill together.
Annika Nave, Newcap News.
Meanwhile, it was a sea of eclectic cars at the Lakeland College this afternoon. The Just Kruzin Car Club held their annual Show and Shine event and letting everyone know what they were all about. Annika Nave reports.
It's a family affair for the McClellans.
I just like all the cars, and I like seeing other cars that other people have and some of the old ones.
We brought two Cadillacs, a Cadillac truck and a Cadillac car, 67 Cadillac. Our 17-year-old daughter has another 67 Coupe de Ville.
And Kate's favorites?
Rat rods and Cadillac trucks, because they're old, cool, and rusty.
Rat rod is a common term at these car events.
It's like a bunch of pieces of different vehicles put together to make something awesome. That's how I look at them, and they're so unique and different, and there's never two of the same rat rod.
And this one is certainly unique.
This one is actually nicknamed B-17. It's designed after a B-17 Second World War bomber. So we got all sorts of military garb with everything from 50 cals to M16.
He built it over the winter and it still drives.
We have exhaust pipes that look like machine guns, and basically the whole interior in this thing is all done up like a bomber aircraft with, you know, a lot of aluminum and rivets.
It's way more difficult to do anything in an older style car because, like you said, there is no existing wiring typically, and there's usually one speaker, which is in the center of the dash, which is where we don't want it to be. So basically it's just running all new wires as if you were building a car, basically.
Cars are, I don't know, they're a fundamental of our community. You can't get anywhere in Canada without a vehicle anymore.
And Kate can't wait until she's 16 and she can drive herself.
My dad will give me one of his old cars.
The show and shine ended at 4 p.m. Anna Knopfate, Newcap News.
Families looking for a place to cool down on a hot day now have another option. The Bud Miller Spray Park is open to the public.
I like the water park because it has lots of water and you get to have lots of fun. Just because you get wet and you get dry after.
Now, some of the parents also say it's a good alternative to the indoor and outdoor pool in town.
When we were here, we went to the outdoor pool, but it was full. And then we tried to come to this pool and it was full too.
The spray park features a water reuse and recirculation treatment system. It will be open from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. during the summer months when the weather permits. A grand opening will be held later in July.